Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the House of Kayfabe. And the last time that we talked about WrestleMania, it was a half-assed preview because we didn't know all the matches. We don't still know all the matches, but we do have an idea of what we are going to see at WrestleMania. And I have brought Matt Mullins, Adam Harris, Stephen P. New, Derek Jones, and Stephen Barker here to discuss the showcase of the Immortals, the grandest stage of them all, the one holiday that we all celebrate, even when we're disappointed in the WWE, which it's hard not to be these days. But we are here to talk about WrestleMania. And Stephen P. New, this has always been a holiday for you.
I want to begin with an objection that I'd like to lodge. This
is not a fucking courtroom.
Jesus Christ, man. We don't half-ass anything here on the House of Kayfabe. I'll have you know, we're whole ass.
Both butt cheeks
on the House of Kayfabe, Brian Resner. Now, I don't want you misleading the people here. We've got both cheeks.
Okay.
This WrestleMania review, folks. Let
me rephrase. We didn't half-ass the preview. The preview was half-assed because the match card was half-assed, and it still fucking is. But
they're still announcing matches 1 week out. For those of us,
this would have never happened back in the day. Back in the day, we knew the card for a month.
Yeah, more than that. One year we knew it a year when the Rock was going to be in it.
Part of it, at least.
And frequently, guys, didn't we know the card by the end of the Rumble? Mm-hmm. The end of the Rumble, you had about 90% of the WrestleMania card locked in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you could bet your ass that the Intercontinental title would be defended. And now that's not the world we're living in, but to let us know the world we are living in, I have brought our resident ring announcer and wrestling genius, Mr. Adam Harris, who has got the card pulled up and he is ready to talk about each one of these matches. So let's just start. Adam, pull us off with the very first match that we can talk about and verbally accost.
All right. Well,
ladies and gentlemen, you're listening, if I may, to the best in the business right now. This man needs no introduction anywhere. I would put him ahead of anybody that you see on television right now. I would put Adam freaking Harris up against anybody who's announcing any match anywhere in the world. He's on the House of Kayfabe, and he is the best.
I show up on time, man. I show up on time, which is part of the business.
Our modern day Howard Finkel.
Thank you for that. However, Adam, we have to move on, and we're going to start with a triple threat match for the Raw Tag Team Championship. This is what capped off Monday Night Raw, which Matt and I were at. RK Bro versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy, who were nowhere to be seen, actually, on Raw last
They're on a Snickers commercial.
They sure are. Yep, they sure are.
That's all them. That was during Raw.
Gaben's killing it, I think. I think they're both killing it, man. You can tell he'll do whatever you give him to the best of his ability.
I love Chad Gable. I really hate the "thank you" catchphrase. I hate that, but I do love Chad Gable.
There's a new made-for-TV Teen Wolf 3 starring Otis as Chubbs, I believe.
I love Otis. Otis's Instagram is one of the most impressive feats of strength that you will see. That dude is crazy strong. His Instagram is him just like bench pressing like fucking 400 pounds and like, you know, deep squatting like 1,000. That dude is a monster. I love him.
He is a monster, but he needs to give Pee Wee Herman's bike back because I'm saying,
yeah, he's got to get that beard, man. That don't look good. You got to separate. He ain't got no separation between his chin and his chest.
That motherfucker looks like some mashed potatoes.
Yeah, that beard give you a little demarcation between his neck and his fucking chest, dude. It makes him look terrible, and he's great. And he was over, man. Remember when he like the one time that like a quote unquote romance line was kind of like fun and good was when which nameless, faceless.
Mandy Rose.
Yeah, whatever. Just one of them. That was great, man. Otis made that shit work. I love Otis. I think he's great. But
that was
I
our
love
pandemic soap opera storyline.
Yeah, it was. In front of the out of control
down here. You know, we got to break this match down because I don't know about you guys, but I am really sick of seeing Randy Orton play with Matt Riddle.
I love it. I think it's the only time I've ever liked Randy Orton, period.
He says he's having fun.
Well, I don't give a shit. I'm not having fun. I think, and that's the point of me watching wrestling is me having fun, and I'm not having fun. And what you said, Barker, it blows my mind because Randy Orton is fucking phenomenal. I mean, he's absolutely phenomenal. It's like your opinions on Triple H or Cody Rhodes. Like they just don't even make sense.
But you're misrepresenting me because I have said many times that if you were to make out of clay and build the modern sports entertainer, he would be the template. But I don't care because I think I think that he is the fucking color gray. I think
let me
that
tell you
he's
this.
beige. Like and he even said on Stone Cold Steve Austin that he half-assed half of his career. He said it on Austin.
Do you know when he was half-assing? When he was playing face, like what he's doing now. It's terrible. I hate face Randy Orton, and I think that heel Randy Orton is where we need to be, and I just cannot wait until Matt Riddle gets fucking RKO'd, and I hope it happens at WrestleMania when Chad Gable and what's his name? Otis and Chad Gable win the titles at WrestleMania. That is what I'm hoping for after an RKO to Matt Riddle.
Oh, all right, Derek Jones. Derek needs to chime in on this.
So to start with the Randy Orton thing, Orton is one of, in my opinion, 3 of the most believable wrestlers in the business.
Thank you.
And I'm not always a Randy Orton fan, but believable when he wants to work. The things he does just meticulously, he's believable. He does things that other people don't do. I love that, even Samoa Joe does it from time to time. Somebody jumps off the top rope, they just sidestep them. It's like, why would I stand here for you? Because it's believable. They do that kind of thing, and I appreciate it. Now, as far as the match itself, I'm a shoot wrestler, man. Chad Gable and Otis are both shoot wrestlers prior to WWE. I mean, Otis placed 3rd in the Pan American Games in 2010, 2011, something. I mean, Chad Gable, unbelievable. Charles Betts, if you look up and watch amateur wrestling, Chuck Betts, he's phenomenal on a wrestling mat. So I got to go with those guys.
Me too. Mullins, where are you at with this match?
Honestly, I don't have a lot of skin in the game, but I do like Montez, so I'm giving it to the Street Profits because, you don't know if they're heels or faces, but I know that frog splash pops me. So.
Adam Harris, where are you at on this match?
I could see RKO retaining one way or the other. I like where you were going with that finish. I don't think they're there yet, though. I don't think that's going to be at WrestleMania. I think it's just going to be RKO. Although I could see Montez Ford, hitting a frog splash and then someone else getting the pin, to make sure. And if anybody comes out, it's going to be the genuine heels, which is going to be Gable and Otis.
Well, I'll tell you why I can't believe in the Street Profits winning is because on Raw, they already let us know that they don't even give a fuck to keep their own story going with those guys. So they don't have a plan for them, or else they would have done a heel turn to make them heels. They didn't care. They just threw them out there. I don't think they have any plans to make them the champions at WrestleMania, but I could be wrong. Stephen Barker, where do you think this match goes?
Bro, I love Matt Riddle. I've loved him since he was in the UFC. Don't shake your fucking head at me, Derek, because you were just talking about shoot wrestling. We've seen Matt Riddle straight murder people. There was a fight on when he was on The Ultimate Fighter where they thought he killed him, where they thought he killed a guy with a kick. We know that he's legitimate, and you want to hear about believable? Randy Orton would legitimately get his ass kicked by Matt Riddle along with everybody else in the fucking back besides Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. Like, Matt Riddle is third most dangerous motherfucker in the whole land of WWE.
You know that when it comes to Chad Gable, I think Chad Gable might give him a run for his money.
Dude, everybody got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. You don't punch in fucking wrestling. Yeah. And I love amateur wrestling. I watch amateur wrestling. I'm a fan. That's why Kurt Angle is on my Mount Rushmore. I want RK Bro to win. I want them to keep going. And then if Randy Orton does business like you're supposed to, he's going to turn on my dude, and then he's going to give him the rub, and he's going to let Matt Riddle have a fucking good, clean win against him. I'll respect Randy Orton if he can do what Chris Jericho can't fucking do in AEW.
Well, I hope that feud leads to Matt Riddle actually taking himself serious as a professional wrestler, because a serious Matt Riddle could actually get my attention. This joke of a wrestler is a problem for me. Stephen P. freaking knew. What do you think is going to happen in this match?
RK Bro retains. And I think maybe heel turn by Randy on Bro happens Monday on Raw and not at Mania.
With the belts, though?
I'm the belts.
Interesting. That would be interesting. What are you going to do with the belts after you heel turn?
I don't care.
They could do it mid-match. He could have been. He could. He could do what you were talking about.
They got to lose. They got to lose. That's what sparks the heel turn.
Yeah, that's what I would think. But Adam Harris, our next match, give it to us.
Our next contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs, who we all love, versus the Usos.
We all do not love Rick Boogs. I find
You're the only one. Derek, do you like Rick Boogs? I'm the only one.
Denim singlet. That's all I got to say. I can't fuck with Rick Boogs. But I feel like
Ted Arcidi, and we fucking love Ted Arcidi in this group.
Yes.
Well, there is, in my opinion, there's no way the Usos lose this match. Matt Mullins?
They're not going to let the Bloodline lose, I don't think.
No.
Adam Harris?
No, not a chance.
Stephen Barker?
I hope so. I want Boogs, and I love Nakamura. Nakamura's maybe a top 15, top 20 wrestler of all time for me. His match against Kota Ibushi at Wrestle Kingdom, whatever, is a top 5 match of all time ever. God, I just sounded like Derek fucking Jones just now. But I want Shinsuke to be him. I want him to be what we know he is. And dude, I love Boogs. Derek, do you like Boogs?
Oh.
No, thank you, Derek. Thank you, Derek.
Come on. He's a shoot wrestler.
Man, they're on these Toyota truck commercials. I don't know if you guys have seen these out.
Of course we've seen them. What are you talking? We watch wrestling.
Bad. Speaking of bad matches, Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin.
Whoa. We haven't even got Stephen P. News' opinion on this match. Usos, are they going to lose?
Yeah, Shinsuke and Boogs.
Wow.
Over the Usos.
And Derek, of course, you're going with the Usos.
I'm going with the Usos, and we teased it a little bit, and I've talked about it before. The Usos win. Boogs gets aggravated. He turns heel on Shinsuke. Superstardom, even though I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't know. Adam Harris match. You were talking about Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin.
That's right, with Madcap Moss in his corner.
Who cares?
Yeah, I really don't give a shit about this match. I'm hoping Drew McIntyre makes short work of Happy Corbin. Matt Mullins, where do you stand?
I'm saying that Drew McIntyre gets his sword back and he cuts him in half. Real bad.
From your lips to God's ears, Matt Mullins. From your lips to God's ears, Matt Mullins.
I'm cutting half pretty bad, Dewey.
He cut him in half. What a maneuver. He cut him in half.
All right, Adam Harris, where do you stand on Happy Corbin versus Drew McIntyre?
Oh, do you guys remember when we were at the Castle P. New watching Drew McIntyre last year at WrestleMania?
Yeah, it was great.
On the tippy top of the card.
That was right after
might he have fallen.
That was right after I cleaned. That was right after I cleaned Stephen P. News side by side. I got to I got to see that match.
I believe that was the beginning of the
Parker, stop telling lies like that. Let people believe that.
You were shooting his AR-15 in the back.
Goddamn right. Right in the middle of the subdivision, son.
I couldn't believe we had to park our own car, but that's all I'm saying. Hopefully Drew McIntyre wins, and we can just move on from this forever.
We did. We just sat in Matt Mullins' truck waiting for the valet to come out to park our shit.
Well, Drew McIntyre winning the title, that was kind of like right in the middle of the, hey, let's make everyone world champion so everyone's the same. And that's kind of what they did, starting with Kofi Kingston and Drew McIntyre. And then
that's not fair to Kofi, because Kofi was crazy over. People wanted that and loved that. They wanted that.
People crazy wanted Drew McIntyre too. They crazy wanted Big E.
We were invested in Drew McIntyre because we got that Heath. We didn't see Heath coming back and cutting probably Heath's best promo of his entire career. And so we were invested in that. We believed in Drew right then. And then how quickly in 1 year's time it goes away.
Very quickly. Very, very quickly. Derek Jones, where do you stand on this match?
This match is the reason that there's no IC title on WrestleMania, so it's crap, and I don't care who wins.
Nice. All right, Stephen Barker, where do you stand on this match?
I don't give a fuck. I will be out on my ample front porch smoking a Cuban cigar in the middle of that match. I don't give a fuck.
Stephen P. New, do you give a fuck?
We're talking about WrestleMania, and we're asking if we give a fuck. What have they done?
Hey, we don't.
Not really, but I hope McIntyre wins because you guys know I feel about Corbin the way that Brian Resner feels about Goldberg. I hate him. I've always hated him.
We're going to get there.
He looks like a Hot Topic manager, and he shouldn't be anywhere near the sport of professional wrestling.
Got him in half.
All right,
he looks like he should be managing the Hot Topic at the Crossroads Mall or the Mercer Mall. That's where Baron Corbin needs to be.
Crossroads Mall still exist?
It does.
Yeah, and it has a Hot Topic.
He's that manager.
He should be the manager.
He's that manager that
manager over 6 stores.
He's that manager that lingers around female customers just a little too long. You know what I mean?
He's the guy that takes the 16-year-old over there to show him the fishnet stockings.
Yes, exactly. Absolutely. That's what he looks like.
I thought for sure that the Crossroads Mall was just full of tumbleweeds at this point. Really? There's still a mall there with people in it.
Played a show in the hot tub.
Now, there's plenty of empty storefronts. Now, don't get me wrong.
Right.
The Hallmark's closed and a whole row of stores from the shoe store down across from Hibbett Sports. So you're not wrong, Resner.
So he's going to own it in a few years.
It's going to be the law offices of
Stephen P. Mall.
Stephen P. Mall coming to Raleigh County. All right, so Adam Harris, what's our next match?
Can you give us something we care about?
This one, I think we actually do. There's a lot to be said about this one, and it could be actually match of the night in a lot of ways.
I think I know what you're about to say.
Pat McAfee and Austin Theory, Vince's boy versus.
I was thinking was going to be match of the night at all.
Wait a minute.
Versus SmackDown commentator Pat McAfee, man. Vince's boy and SmackDown commentator.
You really built that up to be match of the night.
Hey, I'm a Pat McAfee maniac. I fuck with Pat McAfee. He's West Virginia true and true. He was a Mountaineer, one of the greatest kickers in NFL history. I love his commentary, and I'm excited to watch that match.
I'm down. I'm down for it. Dude, he had Derek. Who did he have Derek, who did he have a really good match with in NXT?
Nobody.
Adam Cole. That was a great match. Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee.
The only match he had, I think.
This only match he ever had.
He did stuff. He did things like he
Didn't
attacked
he come
people.
up the top of a cage onto Adam Cole or something stupid?
Yeah,
he did some really impressive things in that match. He really impressed me, and I'm excited to see the match. I'm not saying that I'm not excited to see the match. I'm just saying it's not going to be fucking match of the fucking night.
Here's the thing, Adam Harris, because Adam,
buddy, it's on par. It's after Happy Corbin. Come on,
maybe after Happy Corbin, yeah, it'll be pretty awesome in comparison to that match, but it's no Edge AJ Styles. But either way, we'll get there in a minute. Matt Mullins, where do you stand? I guess you want Pat McAfee to win this match.
I want Pat McAfee in full Mountaineer gear coming out to the ring and kicking Austin Theory's dick off.
Everybody's singing Country Roads as loud as they fucking can. Take me home.
I want him to sing Hazel Dickens.
Adam Harris, where do you stand on this match?
I think Pat McAfee is being booked good in the sense that he's only wrestling when it counts, and they're going to make the build count. This build has not been good to me. I just feel like it's not been well executed. And I hate to say that because I'm with Matt Mullins. I like Pat McAfee all day. I think his commentary is exciting. He's probably the best thing on SmackDown. And that match he had with Adam Cole, like, it meant something again, And so I feel like this match, no matter what happens, which is going to be an Austin Theory win, I think it's going to be legendary for McAfee.
All right, Stephen Barker, Pat McAfee versus
Austin Theory.
Austin Theory.
See,
wow,
it's WrestleMania, and you can't remember.
WrestleMania is like the most important day of the year for me, or now 2 days. But Austin Theory. Okay,
I tell you what,
on my hand.
Austin Theory.
It's going to be better than Bad Bunny. I mean, for sure, it's going to be better than Bad Bunny.
I don't know. That's a pretty high bar. Bad Bunny did pretty good.
No, Johnny Impact just can wrestle with this fucking boom mic and make it look good. Is all that was.
Right,
people needed to calm down with that fucking Canadian destroyer by the guy taking it does everything. Are you fucking kidding me? I got an 11-year-old in the house that can fucking have a good match with.
This is
Johnny
the house
Impact.
of kayfabe.
Oh, sorry. Man, Pat McAfee, because he's great. I love Pat McAfee. It feels like he is finally one announcer that Vince McMahon just lets be himself. You know what I mean? Like, and dude, as much as we trash Michael Cole, if anyone remembers when they did that Japan show, it was like the Beast comes to the East, where Brock Lesnar and Vince McMahon stayed home, and Michael Cole, go watch that. I don't know if it's made it to the Peacock version of the network. Michael Cole was great. Michael Cole can be a good announcer, and I hate that guy, but he's got this fucking crazy old bastard in his fucking ear, telling him bullshit all the time. But it feels like Pat McAfee is allowed to just be himself. And that's why we like him so much, because it feels off the cuff. Because as much as I don't like fucking Vince dickhead, he said the thing that wrestling fans like is real. What it feels real. And it feels what Pat McAfee feels like a real announcer that is enjoying his job. And I want Pat McAfee to win, of course.
All right, Derek Jones, where do you stand on this match?
I'm not a Pat McAfee guy whatsoever, but I think Austin Theory belongs back at Evolve. I don't even think he belongs in a WWE ring, so I'm going McAfee.
I could see Austin Theory being a John Cena type in the future. He's like straight edge. He's American Pie. He could be that. He could be groomed to be a John Cena guy.
I don't think he's. I don't know. I think
he's wholesome. Look at him. Look at that good-looking fella. He's wholesome.
If they want to do that, they got Cole Carter in developmental right now. They'll take care of him.
All right, Stephen P. New, where do you stand on this match?
I think Theory goes over for the very reasons that Barker just said.
Really? So you agree with Barker that he could be a John Cena type?
No, I didn't say I agreed with Barker. I said that he goes over at Mania over McAfee for the reasons that Barker said.
Oh, dude, okay. He's a man. Like, what wrestler has had that much camera time with Vince K. McMahon? Like, that's right. Vincent K. McMahon is trying to, he got Roman. As much as and we'll get there, obviously, as much as we bitch about Roman, make him heel, blah, blah, blah. Vince knew that Roman was going to be the next biggest fucking thing in the world. I think that he's grooming Austin early.
Interesting. Adam Harris, what's our next match?
Here we go. Next on the card is the fatal four-way match for the women's Tag Team Championships.
Oh my God!
All right, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan,
which I love.
Naomi and Sasha Banks, Natalia and Shayna Baszler.
I like that.
Carmella and Queen Zelina.
I don't like that.
Last year, I just want to start by saying last year, again, when we were watching WrestleMania, it felt like the tag team match was thrown together. Like it was like some of these teams hadn't even been together that long. And it's exactly that way for me on this one, most of these teams are just a few months old. And so I'm not bought into any of them. It could happen for some of them, but I feel like this is just get everybody on the card.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll give you my opinion first, and then we'll go to Matt Mullins. But I believe that, in my opinion, I would like to see Rhea Ripley and Liv win just because I like their look. I think they have chemistry together. And I know that Carmella and Queen Zelina are not going to keep it together for this match, where they've already teased the fact that they're ripping at the seams. We're going to see new women's tag champs, and I think those tag champs are going to be Rhea and Liv. Matt Mullins, where do you stand on this match?
I agree that I love Rhea Ripley and I love Liv. I don't think that they should be tag team champs. I think that you've got a real opportunity still in both of them being singles wrestlers, but because the writing doesn't give a shit, it smells like Vince. And you see the I believe that they're working a lesbian angle with Liv and Rhea, and
it looks like it.
Nice.
It smells like Vince to me. Like kiss her.
Make them leather girls. People like leather. It's sexy.
Well, I guess it subconsciously worked on me.
When you said it, I was like, I bet you like their look.
You love it, Resner.
Adam Harris, where do you stand on this match?
I was just going to say I like Rhea and Liv, lesbian or not, in the chase. And I could see Natty and Shayna pulling this out and being the heel run. If it works out in the overall card, you can only have so many heels win. But I think if it could work out, I could see Shayna and Natty picking up the win so that we can see Rhea and Liv in the chase.
I like the legit gimmick of Natty and Shayna Baszler.
Me too.
Steven Barker, where do you stand on this match?
Ah, man, it's like it just feels like it's an advertisement for lip filler. Like, because every one of those fucking girls have just extremely hideous, blown up fucking lips. Carmella, as much as I hate you, you were hot. Now you look like a fucking mess. Like they need to extend the wellness policy to unnecessary plastic surgery and fucking WWE. Who gives a shit? Did anyone see that abortion on Monday? That thing that happened on Monday that you poor saps had to pay money to see? If that's going to be the preview, I'll put my cigar out at the end of the Happy Corbin match, and then I'll go back out to my palatial porch and I'll smoke that during that, because that's fucking stupid. That shouldn't even be a dark match on AEW. That shouldn't even be. It's the worst. It's terrible. As much as AEW's girls division gets smashed, dude, except for the cream of the crop, the best of the best, the 5, 6, 7, or 8 girls that are great women, the rest of this shit sucks. Carmella blows. That the queen, whatever, she's the size of a 9-year-old. This is stupid. Fuck this.
All right, so Steven Barker says he doesn't give a fuck once again. Derek Jones, where do you stand on this match?
I'll put Liv Morgan over anytime she's in a ring. So I'm going.
As in, like, you'll lay down for.
I was going to say you'll lay down for Liv Morgan.
Is that what's going on?
Believe it.
All right, Stephen P. New, what do you think about this match?
I'm going to surprise, not much, but I think I'm going to surprise you guys with my prediction. Surprise me for Shayna Baszler and Natalya to win these titles. They seem like a more cohesive unit, and they seem like they could get maybe a longer run with the title, something like that. I agree with everything that all you guys have said about all of these teams, but I don't know. I've just got a sneaky feeling that that's what's going to happen.
All right, Adam Harris, take us to our next match and get us out of this this realm of I don't give a fuck for Steve Barker. Can you give me something?
Oh, man, I hate to tell you, but the next one on this list I'm looking at is Rey and Dominic Mysterio versus The Miz and one G.I. Joe card collecting fan, Logan Paul, in the tag team action.
I have found that I cannot care about Rey Mysterio anymore. Like, even as hard as I try, even as hard as I want to, I loved Rey Mysterio for a very long time. But now it just feels like nothing he does matters to me.
He lost an eye.
I think a part of it is Dominic. I believe Dominic.
We still don't care.
Because Dominic looks like a Speedway cashier.
Yeah.
He does. He looks like some guy.
And
He does look like he's
online.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really close to picking the same winner that Stephen Barker picked in the last match, but I guess I'm going to go with Logan Paul and The Miz just because I still love The Miz.
Nice.
Matt Mullins, where do you stand on this match?
I'll go with Miz as well.
All right, so just Miz, not Logan Paul. He's not the winner, just Miz.
I'm not putting his name in a wrestling prediction.
He's keeping that name out his mouth.
All right, so Adam Harris, what do you think about this match?
Unfortunately for you guys who love The Miz, I feel like he's the only one that can take the 1, 2, 3 in this match. It's not going to be Ray. It's not going to be Dominic. They're not going to pin him, even though it should be. And Logan Paul, I don't think it's going to be him. I don't think he does this whole thing to take the 1, 2, 3 and look up at the lights. And The Miz, let's be honest, he can lose any time. And he's not going to lose any heat. He can take the 1, 2, 3 and still come out. The Miz.
All right, Stephen Barker, where do you stand on this match? And you can't say you don't give a fuck.
I'll tell you where I stand on this match. I'm going to be rewatching FTR and them boys from the pay-per-view from Friday, and I'm not watching it because I'm not doing it. I've taken too much abuse from Vincent K. McMahon. I'm a lifelong fucking wrestling fan. I've given that motherfucker way more money than he's probably deserved, and he's fucking us, except for the tip top of this card. This sucks, and I will be watching FTR wrestling them boys. That's what I'll be doing on a completely legal pay-per-view stream.
Derek Jones, what do you think about this match?
So from Monday Night Raw, the interaction between Miz and Dominic and Paul and Ray, it was the only part of Raw that I even had any type of care about, which is weird because I'm not a Rey Mysterio guy whatsoever. It's going to be hard to watch, but honestly, I think Ray takes a pinfall due to something stupid that Dominic does. I think Miz gets the cover. I think I'm turning everybody heel. Dominic's turning on Ray.
Oh,
everybody heel.
I'm here for it.
And then telling him that he knows he's Eddie's son.
And it's going to happen because Ray's going to get pinned by Logan Paul.
All right, Stephen P. New, where do you stand on this match?
I couldn't care any less. I hate that they have so many celebrities on this. I really do. I could see Logan Paul going over here. I really could. I could see this because Vince loves to put the celebrities who come there over. And so I see Logan Paul pinning Dominic.
Interesting. I kind of agree with you. Adam Harris, take us to our next match.
Speaking of celebrity entertainers, Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. A perfect segue from the consigliere of the Cult of Cornette there, because once again, we've got the former Jackass or current Jackass star stepping into the ring against
Jackass.
Sami.
Actually, you know who
Zayn.
feels like the Jackass is me for being so interested.
Oh my God!
Please tell us how interested you are.
Yes, let us know.
I'm going to go with Sami Zayn because I love Sami Zayn and I hate that they're even doing this to him. So please, Sami Zayn win. I don't want to see Johnny Knoxville go over on Sami fucking Zayn. Anyway, Matt Mullins, where do you stand?
Bam Margera comes out. Takes out Johnny Knoxville. Sammy over.
Wee Man comes out. Hornswoggle shows back up.
Oh no! It's starting to get good, guys. I like this.
We just booked a better match.
That's right.
As far as like Cornette, I can't imagine them even reading the card to Jim. It's just the amount of gaga.
That's what this WrestleMania is good for. Is it's going to make the best Jim Cornette experience ever? Because I think he may have an embolism in the fucking during the podcast.
They're using the motto, the most stupendous, and it's like there's a lot of stupid in this.
It should have been stupid.
That's a lot of stupid in this stupendous. All right, Adam Harris, where do you stand on this match?
What match are we talking about again? I already forgot. Johnny Knoxville. Yeah, I mean Knoxville's obviously going to get the win. I hope that actually. In my heart, and to all you kayfabe listeners out there, I wish the same for you. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're all right, and take a break if you need it. And I hope Sami Zayn gets a break now. I hope he can maybe go home for a little while, recoup, and just refresh, learn a new hold, and come back to see us in the future. Maybe SummerSlam. No sooner, though. No sooner.
He just pulled the learn a new hold on Sami Zayn. Steven Barker, where do you stand on this match?
If you go away, we can't miss you. Man, hopefully we get to see Johnny Knoxville finally kill himself. I mean, like, he's been trying to do it for fucking like 5 or 6 movies and how many fucking episodes. Just do it. Like, try to out Shane O'Mac and just, just jump off the fucking Titantron onto concrete. I mean, that would be something to do. That'll sell the tickets. Yeah, who cares, man?
Short of Johnny Knoxville killing himself, where do you stand, Derek Jones?
Man, I feel like this is going to be that moment where I join Brother Barker and I watch FTR and them boys.
They have their own text thread during this match.
All right, Pinu, do you even want to comment on this match?
Absolutely, I do. Johnny Knoxville has medical issues, and so here's my prediction for this match. I think this is going to be a George South style match. Let me tell you what I mean by that. I think there's going to be a lot of mouth running by Sami Zayn. I think there's going to be a lot of talking and that kind of stuff. And then one of these two mofos gets a small package on the other with a quick 1, 2, 3, and it's over because Johnny Knoxville can't take a bump. And I don't believe in a gazillion years that the WWE would buy the liability of even remotely causing Johnny Knoxville a concussion that could end his life. So I think it's going to be a George South style match with a small package and over.
And keeping with the George South style match, that Johnny Knoxville will immediately go to his gimmick table and sell bootleg AEW cups after the match.
Jackass water for sale.
When we were supposed to be a judgment-free zone here.
When we were at WrestleCade, who bought like a Jeff Hardy thing from George South? Who was it?
I did.
Brian Resner.
I did. I bought a set of Jeff Hardy. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you exactly what happened at WrestleCade. I seen George South do that hardcore match with Colby Carino.
And you felt bad for him.
And I was like, man, I got to buy some shit off this guy now.
I like Jeff Hardy.
I bet you I spent $100 with George South.
You did not.
I bet I did. I probably bought, I'd say $25 worth of those waters because I was so fucking thirsty, and they shut the shit down, and I was having to buy his water and I was drinking it like crazy.
Well, you traded him a whole case of hot sauce, be honest.
No, I didn't. I was too busy hawking hot sauce. But
hey, I want to throw something out there. Stephen P. New brought up an interesting point. Here we go for predictions and rumors. What if Knoxville comes out and says, I'm not the one who's going to be wrestling Sami Zayn. It's actually going to be Gable Stevenson. And we get ready? Gable Stevenson. Probably not, but I just thought I'd throw that out there. As he comes out, if he could have a match with anybody,
who
knows?
Would
be Sami Zayn, man, if anybody. And he could have a match now and just wait a few months, too. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's a huge, shocking debut. What happens next? And they could build that up for months.
All right. Well, take us to the next match, Adam Harris. Where are we going?
All right, now we're getting into the meat of the matter here, gentlemen. Edge and AJ Styles. I know we all have some feelings about this one.
I predict it's going to be the match of the night. I've been waiting for this. This is for me, AJ and Edge are both top 5 of my favorite wrestlers of all time. And seeing Edge and AJ Styles go one-on-one is something that I've always wanted to see. I cannot wait to see this match. I will say, I don't care who wins. Whoever wins, I'm going to be happy with. Whoever loses, I'm going to be happy with. I love these two guys. This is going to be magic, and I'm hoping to see AJ get the win just because I want him to have that rub to create the legacy of the greatest of all time, which I think that AJ still could be the greatest of all time, and he is the greatest active wrestler, period, right now. So this is going to be a great match. Matt Mullins, where do you stand?
Going with AJ.
Going with AJ.
Match, I think by far, real quick, I think the match is our only wrestling match so far.
I would agree. I would agree wholeheartedly. Adam Harris, where do you stand on this match?
I just hope they don't go too long. Like during the pandemic, that Edge and Orton Texas death match was too long. I respected the one they called the greatest match of all time, but the other one was way too long. And I just hope that they don't venture into that territory. Otherwise, I agree with you guys. It could be a barn burner and one for the ages. Two legends, man. I mean, two of the greatest of all time. I'm with you.
Who wins?
It's gotta be Edge.
Gotta be Edge. Interesting. Yeah. Stephen Barker, where do you stand?
Well, WrestleMania has finally started, so that's good. We finally got into WrestleMania after fucking 25 minutes of bullshit.
Steven's actually going to start watching now.
Yeah, I'll be back in my house watching this. This is the first one so far that's had a story because Edge knows how to be a motherfucking heel. He's been antagonizing fucking AJ. Heel Edge is always great. You know, God, man, Edge is getting old and ugly like James Carville, and like he's so ugly and old and fucking he just looks like a heel, man. Like he's doing good heel shit, man. And this is going to be.
That underbite doesn't improve with age.
No, it doesn't, man, dude.
It sure does not.
Them lines tell a story in that face, son, and it's wonderful. This is going to be great. I don't care. I'm going to pop Derrick Jones with AJ coming out or Edge coming out, fucking with AJ, and, you know, letting him know that, like, I've got a dark side. He should have went, and this is showing you how much of a new impact mark I am. He should have went and got Claire Lynch, who was the woman who AJ supposedly had an affair with in Impact Wrestling, who was Dixie Carter's best friend, and should have brought her out. And that would have been fucking awesome.
But the crowd would have went mild. Like nobody.
I don't care. I'm looking for pops myself. I'm a selfish
lover.
Derrick Jones,
I don't care. That's about all.
I'm like Brian Resner. Right. Do I enjoy it? I don't give a fuck. I just want it to be enjoyable for me.
All right. So Derrick Jones, where do you stand on this match? I know you're a huge AJ Styles fan like myself. What do you think?
So there's a reason that I put AJ on my Mount Rushmore, and it's because there's not a whole lot of guys in the world that if you put him up against that, I'm not going to pick AJ Styles. And when I say there's not a lot, there might be one or two where I'm going to say they might win, but I'm going to go with AJ Styles. And Matt, I like your action figure, but I like mine better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good nice.
Leave that there for you.
Let's all remember the last old timer that AJ Styles put over at WrestleMania.
Who?
Get out of here with that.
The Undertaker.
Oh yeah, but man, the fact that the Undertaker decided to have his last match in quotations with AJ Styles, that's big respect, man. That's a big like check in AJ's column as he retired one of the all-time greats.
All right, Stephen P. New, where do you stand on this match?
Because AJ did the job to take her, I see AJ going over in this match. And Edge, I could see Beth Phoenix getting involved.
Oh,
she's been tweeting the stuff of, this isn't you, and that kind of thing. I could see her inadvertently causing Edge the match, something like that, like this isn't you, why are you doing this stuff, blah, 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 and that leading to AJ's victory, and Edge having to take some time to find himself or get his bearings or whatever. But
she makes him second guess his actions and
his evil.
Don't fuck this up. Come on, guys. Don't fuck this up, WWE. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I just told you the way that they might.
That dude, Stephen New's thinking like fucking goddamn Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and they'll fuck this up.
There's always another pay-per-view.
Hey, that's right.
Don't fuck this
Channeling
up.
my inner Dana Warrior.
All right, Adam Harris, where are we going next?
All right, guys, there's 3 more matches, but I don't know if we consider this a match or not, but it's headlining Saturday night, the KO show.
That's
with
the
what?
main event.
Stone Cold what?
Featuring
Steve
Stone
Austin
Cold
what?
Steve Austin. So
That's the main event.
Of
can
Saturday.
this? I thought the main event of Saturday was Seth Rollins versus a mystery opponent.
I thought they said the other night that this was going to be the show closer. I thought in setting it up the other night that
Maybe
KO said
it
that
is.
this was going to close the night, but
Maybe so, but either way, all I see out of this is a stunner and some beers being drank. I can't see it going any other way. I don't know how it could. Matt Mullins, where do you see Stone Cold showing up at WrestleMania going?
Well, I think it's the first time well, it's not even a match anymore, right? Like they first announced it was going to be a match, but now it's just a KO show. So
Right.
I see Stone Cold just beating the shit out of him and pouring beer all over him, just like you said.
Yeah, Stone Cold Stunner and some beer drinking is where I see it going. Adam Harris, where do you see this going?
You know, Kevin Owens, we were at Matt Mullins and I were at Raw on Monday night. We saw Kevin Owens say he was going to wait for Stone Cold to pass the torch to him. And whose stunner is better? KO thinks his stunner is the best. We'll have to just wait and see. You know, I think back to the greatest moment, one of the greatest moments at WrestleMania 5, which was the Piper's Pit with Harry Connick Jr. Is that his name?
I believe that's where he hit him with the fire extinguisher because he was
fire extinguisher. He was don't blow, Mr. Downey, Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert
Morton
Downey
Jr.
Morton Downey Jr. I told
There
you
you
it was
go.
legendary. And he said, "Don't blow no more smoke in my face." I'm hoping it's going to be at least that good.
Stephen Barker, where do you see this going?
As the resident conspiracy theory nut job in the House of Kayfabe, if you have noticed, Stone Cold Steve Austin's physique has noticeably gotten better. He was on either Dan Patrick or Rich Eison's sports show the other day, and he was
People's
looking.
Court?
But dude, Stone Cold is looking extra jacked. I hope that we're getting a shell game here. I think Stone Cold's coming out and we're going to have a match.
What?
I think we're going to have a match. Dude,
What?
look at Stone Cold from today and like the last couple pictures you've seen of him and like 6 months ago. He is mega old man jacked. I think he's been getting in shape. I think we're going to have a match, fellas.
He's been doing squats. What? He's been doing bicep curls. What?
I'm
He's been doing
telling
sit-ups.
you. You remember, I said it first. I think we're going to have a match.
Derek Jones, where do you stand on this?
I think everybody is expecting the same thing. I think everybody's expecting it to be a little chit chat back and forth, jabber jabber. Stone Cold hits him with a stunner, drinks some beers. I want it to be the opposite. I want KO to hit the stunner. I want KO to get the beers. I want KO to be the major heel. I want everybody to be heel.
Heel Derek Jones.
WrestleMania, heel.
Heel.
Stephen P. New, where do you stand on this?
Well, I want Kevin Owens to not look like he's 8 months pregnant, but I don't believe that's going to be happening.
Hey, they did him good on this pig. Hey, they did him
Hey,
good on this figure. Look at that.
That's true life right there. That dad bod of Kevin Owens. I think it's going to be a match. I would be pleasantly surprised if they rang a bell, they locked up collar and elbow. Nothing would pop me more for the night than if there was a collar and elbow hookup and they go through, whatever Stone Cold's 5 or 6 moves of doom are and ending with a stunner and Owens putting him over. I can't see it going there. It's the KO show for a reason. It's going to be set up like a KO show. And so I think it's going to be that what everybody thinks it's going to be.
Well, I know that if they set us up for a KO show and ended in a match, it would be the opposite of what we're used to from the WWE, where they promise us something that we really, really want and end with something shitty. They promised us something shitty and ended up with something we really, really wanted. I don't see that happening. It would be the opposite of what we're used to. Adam Harris, what is next on the card?
All right.
Did you catch though in KO's promo? He said, "I want to be the new Stone Cold." So I wondered if that was going to be the thing. Like he's going to call himself Stone Cold Kevin Owens.
Nah,
yeah, that's coming.
That. You can't.
I think it's coming. I think it's coming.
That would
be one way or the other. It's coming. I think one way or the other. 19 years to lock up 19 years after his last match would be a pretty legendary story to tell for Stone Cold. I got to say that. I hope we do get the match. Moving on down the card, Raw Women's Championship match, Bianca Belair versus the recently coiffed Becky Lynch.
You know, something to talk about with this match is we seen the dirt sheets were saying that Bianca Belair was out. And she was not going to compete at this year's WrestleMania because of an injury.
Marks.
And then all of a sudden, now she's still. I mean,
come on,
Marks.
Did they think that chair spot was legit? I mean, they set it up so. I mean, it was good. I mean, they thought it looked good, but I mean, it's like obviously she's going to come back in a couple weeks. Like,
it's still real to me. It's still real to Steve.
I don't know if you guys seen Becky Lynch getting her hair did today, but she looks really, really bad after this haircut.
They did post a photo, today of her new haircut. It
looks pretty raw. I'm not digging it too much, but I will say that I don't want to see Bianca Belair win at WrestleMania again and have the exact same situation again. I would much rather see Becky Lynch keep the belt. Big Time Bex is my favorite Becky so far. I wasn't a fan of the man. I didn't like any of that stuff. I'm the guy who has been against Becky Lynch being popular, even when a lot of you guys were liking Becky Lynch. I was not liking Becky Lynch, but right now, Big Time Bex is my favorite Becky Lynch character, so I'm going to go with Becky Lynch. Matt Mullins, where do you stand on this match?
I'm putting Becky over too. I just don't think Bianca being it. She can't talk. She's a badass in the ring. But she's not ready to be your champion. Give it to Bex.
Yeah, give it to Bex. Adam Harris, where do you stand? You are our resident women's wrestling fan. I don't know if you want me to promote that or not, but either way, where do you stand on this?
Man, I like Becky Lynch. I think it's hard to take the belt off her at this point. Although Bianca Belair is due a win, man. You know, she got buried at SummerSlam, as many of us remember. Hard to deny, a hard burial. I hope she can come back from it, but the Big Time Bex character is strong. Has she been strong for long enough that she's ready to take a break? I guess we'll see, man. I really can't pick a clear winner in this one, but if I had to say, I think Becky retains.
All right, Stephen Barker, where do you stand on this match?
There is a buxom redhead that lives in my house, and it is my kryptonite. And I love Becky Lynch. I love her. I remember doing episodes with Brian and him just burying Becky Lynch and just not digging it.
I didn't like her at all, but I love the Big Time Bex character. I like a heel Becky Lynch.
She's great. Bianca Belair is great in the ring, man. She's a mega athlete. They got to get a microphone out of her hand. She's terrible. Fuck off. That's no. Yeah, she's terrible on the microphone. She's great in the ring. Becky Lynch is both, and Becky Lynch needs to just keep going. She just needs to keep going with the belt. I'm going Becky Lynch all the way. I'm rooting for Becky Lynch.
Girl,
that's not a gimmick. That's not a gimmick.
Derek Jones, where do you stand on this match?
Bianca Belair is not ready to be world champion. She needs to win the match via DQ. That way the belt stays on Becky Lynch. Bianca Belair gets a big win at WrestleMania to kind of do the justice from SummerSlam.
She had a big win at WrestleMania last year.
She shouldn't have. She shouldn't have. She's not ready to carry a company.
She can't talk, man.
And the women's title is the same as the men's title. When you are that title bearer, you are carrying the company in one way or another. Right. She is not ready.
She isn't. She hasn't been for a long time. I agree with you 100%. Stephen P. New, where do you stand on this match?
I think Bianca wins, and then Charlotte can beat Bianca and unify the women's titles. And then you've got the chase, Becky chasing a heel Charlotte for a unified women's title. So don't be shocked if Bianca wins this, only to turn around, job to Charlotte in a month or two to unify the women's titles, just like the men's, and setting up a big-time Bex versus Charlotte Flair at SummerSlam for the unified title.
Interesting. Adam Harris, where do we go next?
Excuse me. SmackDown's women title match, Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. Another segue from Stephen P. New. I could see what you said. Maybe Ronda Rousey wins this one, and Charlotte ends up in a triple threat with Bianca and Becky. Maybe at one of the pay-per-views down the line, they love to put a triple threat out there just to extend these sort of things. So I could see that, although in my heart of hearts, I'm always going to be woo for the queen, Charlotte Flair.
Okay, let's do a correction. That's the main event for night one. I brought up Wikipedia. So that is night one. And for some reason, night one also has Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair.
All right.
Yeah, this one I'm looking at has both matches on Saturday.
Okay. So my opinion on the Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair is Charlotte Flair loses. The reason why Charlotte Flair loses is because she has to win it again. She is trying to get to 16, and we're trying to take the title off of her and put it back on her as many times as we possibly can until we get there. So I would say we're going to see Charlotte lose, Ronda Rousey get her big WrestleMania moment, and then later on down the road, we will see Charlotte pick it back up and lose it again as soon as she possibly can because she wants to get to 16. All right, Matt Mullins, where do you stand on Charlotte and Ronda?
Ric Flair comes out.
Drunk. Just comes out hammered.
It impregnates Ronda Rousey.
No. Will you stop?
All right.
Don't hate it.
Hey, last time he got
Don't
near
hate
the WWE ring. Hey, all I'm saying, last time he got near WWE ring, Lacey Evans left pregnant.
That's true.
Never be seen again.
Just by standing next to him.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Gives her Space Mountain.
Rousey or Flair?
I'm going Flair.
You're going Flair. Okay, Adam Harris, where are you at?
Does anybody really believe in Ronda? Like, honestly, is everybody behind her? Does anybody think like she's this fantastic competitor that should have the belt?
No, I think she's a draw. I think that she is a more well-known female than anybody out there. I think Charlotte Flair is the closest to her. I like that this is set up the way it is, but I don't see Ronda losing. No,
yeah, I don't either. Really, I don't either. Unless she's going away again, I don't really see her losing. I feel like they're putting the belt on Ronda.
All right, Stephen Barker, where do you stand on this match?
Well, really, the only person that you can really find that's more famous than Ronda Rousey is Cody Rhodes, obviously. So, one day Ronda Rousey will eventually have the Q rating of fucking Cody Rhodes. I'm a UFC mark, Derek's a UFC mark. Ronda Rousey at one time was one of the most impressive things you could ever see in the squared circle or in the cage. She sucks. That all ladies main event was a botch fest between her and Charlotte and Becky Lynch. That was gotta be one of the worst WrestleMania main events of all time. She can't talk. Oh my God, guys, you all are at Raw. How bad was that promo in the arena? Where she called the whole championship belt wrong name.
That was SmackDown the week before.
Oh, SmackDown
before.
Yeah,
we weren't at that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. Dude.
You see the look on both their faces like, what the fuck's he talking about?
I got that mixed up. I watched all that together.
What did she call it?
What did she call it?
She called it the Women's SmackDown Championship.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did catch that. Yeah,
she's terrible.
The Knockouts Divas Championship.
The Knockout Divas Championship.
Dude, can you imagine if she did
Fuck
that?
her. Charlotte Flair is going to be legitimately judged with the men when she's finished. She's one of the all-time greats to ever be in the ring. Derek Jones, shut up. Ronda Rousey She needs to go. She needs to go away. Who gives a shit? And Brian, you're right. Her Q rating technically is bigger, but she's not good at this. She's not good at this wrestling thing. She did not make the transition. She's not good at this. She needs to stop. Go home. Charlotte Flair forever.
All right, Derek Jones, where do you stand on this match?
So she's not good at this because she doesn't want to be good at this. She is bored out of her mind. She's fulfilling her dates in her contract because she knows she has to. She's not going over. And the over-under on Charlotte over-rotating on a moonsault, that's what I want to know.
How can a Young Bucks fan talk about one botch so much when they do that? Dude, those motherfuckers botch when they wake up in the morning and get out of bed. Are you fucking kidding me?
Wake up, have coffee, botch.
Every single night, she backflips to her feet and then lays down on them.
I'm going to send you a fucking Young Bucks botch supercut on YouTube. You gotta be kidding me.
Either way, Charlotte's winning.
Yeah.
Charlotte's winning. Okay, Stephen P. New, where do you stand on this match?
I agree with everything that's been said.
Even the moonsault.
I haven't been. I'd take whatever odds are laid that she's going to botch a moonsault. I haven't cared about Ronda Rousey since I saw her and Kurt Angle fight Triple H and Stephanie. And she's just looked like she's been phoning it in. Now, does that mean that Vince wouldn't put the belt on her for the very reasons that Barker says, that she's a pseudo celebrity from the UFC? No. Or like Resner said, Charlotte, the faster we make her lose, the faster she picks up another one, and the faster she gets to 17. So, I mean, anything could happen in this one, guys.
Conor McGregor comes out.
Yes! Finally get a good fucking promo. Jesus Christ. And Adam, if you said you only have 2 more left, I think you may have an older script that you were working from. We also have the New Day with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston versus Sheamus and the guy who may have ended Big E's career, Ridge Holland, with Butch.
Is this the pre-show? It's got
No, this is night 1.
Yeah, the pre-show.
Okay, so
don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, don't care. Adam Harris,
even fucking said it.
Adam Harris, do you give a fuck?
Well, no fucks left to give on that one. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Stephen Barker.
We have Seth freaking Rollins versus.
Are you just gonna skip it? You're not even gonna tell me what the fuck you think about that?
No, who
Let's go to
cares?
the next one.
Yeah, let's go to what
Do
we
you have
care.
anything to say about the New Day versus Sheamus's crew of hooligans?
Drunk British guys.
Only if Pete Dunne's name is on the line.
Yeah.
Then I'm interested. Now I'm interested.
Yeah.
And
Go
Stephen
ahead, Adam.
done checked out on us.
Yeah,
so,
Stephen New don't even want to be here for this.
Well, I was going to say there is the Seth Rollins thing. Do we want to talk about that last?
Yeah, obviously. We would do that in the main event.
We'll talk about Roman and Brock last, but let's talk about this Seth Rollins thing because that is all we have left, correct?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
All right, so Seth Rollins, of course, everybody wants it to be Cody. Everybody thinks it's going to be Cody. Derek's shaking his head because he doesn't want it to be Cody because of AEW, which I can understand. You're an AEW fan. You want to think that Cody's still with AEW, and there's still a chance that he is. We don't know for a fact that Cody is with the WWE yet. So it could be Cody. But then again, we heard the rumors that Shane McMahon is going to have something to do with WrestleMania, and I can't think of one thing he could do in this card of shit that we just ran down. I don't see where Cody fits in at all. Or not Cody, Shane McMahon. I don't see where Shane McMahon fits in at all. I don't see where Cody fits in at all. So I don't see Cody fitting or Shane fitting in any of this except for this one match. So there are 2 ways that, I mean, of course, if Cody comes out, Cody's winning, and they're pumping Cody like he's the biggest thing in the world ever, which I find hard to believe that the WWE is going to do that. So it kind of makes me question, is it going to be Cody? And with Shane, if it's Shane, I mean, I've heard so many people, I've seen so many people today on Twitter talking about if it's Shane, I am done watching this shit.
Really? Does Shane O'Mac have that kind of heat?
I believe it's just that it's not that Shane O'Mac has that kind of heat. It's that surprises that turn out to be big piles of shit are not fucking flying right now. We don't.
Dude, did you watch the Royal Rumble, Barker?
Yeah, unfortunately, I did.
So, what it comes down to is if it's Shane, it's going to be as big of a disappointment as when Vince pulled the hood off and was like, "It was me all along." This is, it's going to be the biggest disappointment ever if we do not hear Cody Rhodes' music and him come out and be a part of this match. That's what I mean. Even Barker, who fucking hates Cody Rhodes, has got to think that Cody Rhodes coming out in this moment is better than Shane McMahon.
It is, and I don't like Shane O'Mac. I think he's the shits. His punches are terrible. I love the fact that you'll jump off shit for my entertainment, whatever. If he comes back as Stardust, I'll be interested because that was the only time that Cody Rhodes was interesting. Let's be fucking honest. Let's be real. Come back to Stardust, and that was the shit, man. That was interesting because, dude, he's a mid-carder for life.
Here's the question.
With this shit.
Here's the question. Who do you think it's going to be, Shane or Cody?
Dalton Castle.
Well, that'll definitely make the crowd go mild because
which was the last time that Cody Rhodes had a good match was when he wrestled him in Ring of Honor.
What you're talking about, no one's going to know who Cody Rhodes is and we're in a bubble. Well, guess what? You're in a really small bubble if you think Dalton Castle matters in the grand scheme of fucking things.
What'd I say, Brian? I'm only here for my entertainment. I don't care about anybody else.
Matt Mullins, where do you stand on this? Is it going to be Cody? Is it going to be Shane? Is it going to be somebody else?
Here's my prediction. Ready? So when they announce the match, it cuts to the back. You see the security guard walk up to the dresser.
Yes.
Oh my god! I would rather see them bring Johnny Knoxville back for a second.
I love you, Matt Mullins.
Dun, 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 dun. He just re-signed. He just re-signed the deal.
Seth jumps on the fucking table, pisses Vince off. Vince wants to squash him with fucking Goldberg.
Oh, you're a goddamn genius, Matt Mullins. You're a fucking genius.
You know what, Mullins, we've been friends for a long time. If you just spoke this into the fucking universe and it happens, I'm going to be seriously mad at you. Adam Harris, where do you stand on this match? And please don't say anything about Goldberg.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's the best booking they've had so far would be if Goldberg comes out.
I'm sold.
And here's the deal. Maybe Seth and Becky both get to take a little vacay. Maybe they're both going to be off TV for a little while. And
there's
Goldberg,
no doubt that Seth's losing.
What better way to get hurt than to fucking wrestle Goldberg?
Yeah, no doubt. Let's just hope he makes it out unscathed.
Yeah, let's just hope he doesn't, get the route that Bret Hart. I mean, Bret Hart pretty much blames all of his problems in life on Goldberg. So, and you know what? I can too. All my problems in life stem from Goldberg.
So good. That's so good. That's why you pay the big bucks to watch House of Kayfabe for takes like that. God damn it.
Okay, Derek Jones, where do you stand on this match?
All right, so I got two predictions. All right. The first one, only due to previous events that are already going to happen over the weekend, you bring out Braun Breaker. You shoot this kid to the moon right off the bat. You let him beat Seth. You give him a moment. That would be hopeful for me. I like the kid.
Love that booking.
I can see that.
Or
not bad.
The Stardust music hits. And hold on, because Cody's not here. Right.
Then Goldberg comes out as Goldust.
Yeah, you have Joaquin Wilde come out in the Stardust gimmick, just like they did Razor and Diesel years ago.
And it would still be the best Cody Rhodes match of the last 2 years.
Joaquin Wilde, nice.
You know what's crazy is if that happens, and I mean, by the card we just read, it could be match of the fucking night. You just never know. Stephen P. knew What do you think's going to happen when Seth Rollins meets his mystery partner? Who's it going to be?
Seth Rollins is going to walk with Elias.
Oh God.
Whoa, option D.
Oh.
Yeah.
Package him.
I think it's option F.
He's been off TV for a while.
Yeah.
I see that as being, realistic. I think all this Cody stuff. I know I said maybe the other day when it was me and Resner and Derek Jones, but I'm telling you, I think it's going to be a letdown of epic proportions by the name of Elias.
Brian, because you are the biggest fucking Cody Rhodes mark in the fucking house, do you want it to be Cody?
Yeah, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do want it to be Cody because it'll be the coolest thing that's happened in wrestling in a really long time to have somebody like that's a part of AEW that's such a staple for AEW to show up on WWE TV. It feels NWO-ish. It feels like the Monday Night War type of changeover for me.
Easy.
I feel like that I have injured your spirit by just mentioning Goldberg.
Want it to be Goldberg so bad.
Oh my whole WrestleMania preview.
All right.
I want it to be Goldberg. I can't
we have
stand
a
it.
House of Kayfabe exclusive here for those of you who don't know it. But Brian Resner has an American Nightmare tramp stamp that he got recently within just not on your neck, on right in the small of your back,
right above my asshole. It's
above your right above your butt. Resner has an American Nightmare tramp stamp. That's stuff that you're not going to see or hear anywhere else in the internet wrestling community, ladies and gentlemen.
So, Derek, as the AEW nerd, do you want it to be Cody?
No.
Hell no.
He doesn't want Cody.
So like a shot of brandy is so important in your entertainment week that you need brandy back in the AEW. Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't. I know. Brandy can go to the WWE. I'm fine with that.
Matt
We're not talking about Brandy.
I was saying, I think to Derek and to AEW purists, I think that it taints AEW if Cody shows up back in the WWE. So
it also taints Cody Rhodes, but I will say that Cody Rhodes, the reason why I like Cody Rhodes, he's the closest thing to a new Ric Flair that we have. He is the
I quit. I'm fucking putting my resignation in right now, Adam.
I join you, Mark.
Fuck you. You're
emphasis
cool.
on the word taint in that last segment.
Lord, did you just fucking say that?
He's
Brian
the closest thing we have.
What
He's
the fuck
thing.
are you?
Can you name one person that's closer?
No, because no one's close to that greatness ever. Because he's the greatest of all time.
He's not talking about greatness. He's talking about his gimmick.
I'm talking about his gimmick is the closest thing.
MJF is closer to Ric Flair than fucking Cody Rhodes. Settle down. What's going on in Florida? What the fuck is happening down there?
MJF can't work like Cody.
What?
MJF is great on the microphone. He is okay in the ring. He's good. He's good.
No, he's good in the ring.
Cody is great in the ring. Cody is great in the ring. He is the only person in AEW at the time that he was there, and he was doing every single match was a huge drawn out story when Cody is in the ring. Cody can tell a story without saying a word. And that is an art that is lost now in professional wrestling. When Cody gets in the ring, he can tell a story.
Cody reinvented both the American Revolution and the War of 1812 by taking on a British guy and ending racism on AEW.
That's when I was done.
Racism.
That's when I was fucking done. You self-important shithead millennial.
Great.
Fuck you with that shit. I'm going to end racism by beating up a black guy from Britain. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck him.
You know what's beautiful about Cody Rhodes is Cody Rhodes has made you a wrestling fan. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because you legitimately hate Cody Rhodes' guts. You hate everything about him. You hate his gimmick. You hate who he is. You hate the life he lives. You hate the fact that the media loves him. You hate the fact
the
that
media doesn't love him. The media don't know who he is.
Really?
Hey, look, he doesn't move any needles.
None.
This is what you're not getting, Resner. I don't care enough to hate Cody Rhodes. Okay?
And Dusty Rhodes is Stephen P. News' all-time favorite, or one of his all-time favorite wrestlers.
You know what? The vein in your neck says different. The vein in your neck says different, Steve. I think he's mad at you about Cody Rhodes.
Right. It's my partner's stupidity, not Cody Rhodes.
Oh, God. Okay, so before we go on to Cody Rhodes, who's only can be compared to Brad Pitt in the fucking public zeitgeist, do we have to talk about Bobby Lashley and Almost before Adam Harris gets to the match that we all want to talk about?
They did just set that one up. They did just set that up.
Yeah, they just threw that one in there, and I am so disappointed about this match. The only way I can see it going to me being happy is if Bobby beats Almost
to death.
Yeah, just destroys him, and then the next time that we see Bobby, he's in the ring with Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns.
Yes, sir. Just Superman the shit out of him.
Way that it works for me. If Almost beats Bobby Lashley, I can't say I'm going to be surprised because that's how they're fucking writing. So that's probably what we're going to see, and I hate it. Matt Mullins, where you stand on this match?
Jack comes out. He hits it. It's awful. Almost is going to win, and I don't understand. Almost. All
right, Adam Harris, who's going to win?
I hope it's Lashley too. I think he only makes sense in the main event scene. Like I don't see him tagging with anybody. I don't see him chasing the IC or the US. Bobby Lashley's got to be in the main event picture, man. So I hope that he gets the win here somehow. But then
I hope so too. Stephen Barker,
please let Bobby Lashley come out and Superman the fuck out of Almost, because Bobby Lashley has to go immediately to whoever wins in the main event. Dude, Bobby Lashley is in his 40s. You know what I'm saying? He is, he doesn't look like it, obviously, but he's not a spring chicken, and neither is AJ. It's time for these cats to get their just due. And Bobby Lashley has been getting his due, but he hasn't got it enough. Bobby Lashley needs to be in the fucking main event of WrestleMania next year. Look, dude, he's a goddamn superhero. Yeah, Matt Mullins, get him.
This action figure looks like a He-Man.
Because he is.
I just booked it. I booked it away in my head that I would be satisfied. And I think that you boys would agree.
Okay.
What if Vince, this is where you listen. What if finger poke of doom, Bobby Lashley almost lays down, joins the Hurt Business, then you get Cedric and Shelton back, and you revamp something that was good.
I love it.
I love it.
That's the best idea I've heard for that guy, period. I love that idea.
For those of us who despise the finger poke of doom, what if Lashley lays an ass whooping on Almost realizes I'm not ready yet. Teach me, take me under your wing, and MVP puts the Hurt Business back together. Almost, get in here, guy. You're green. You need to learn from this guy right here and Shelton Benjamin.
I love it.
And you put the Hurt Business together that way without just taking a crap on the sport that the six of us love.
I will rescind my resignation from the House of Kayfabe based on those thoughts alone.
All right. Well, you still love wrestling because of Cody Rhodes, but Derek Jones, what is your take on this match? Since Stephen P. New went before you this time, you'll finish it off on this before we get to the main event. What do you think?
So all that's not going to work because Almost does not look good in a suit. He does not wear one well. Those individuals that come out in the Hurt Business looked like $1 million. He does not, but he's still winning at Mania.
Ugh. He's right.
A suit on and some sunglasses, you could probably pull it off. Okay, so now we are at the main event, the biggest match in history is what they're calling it, which I disagree. I think Andre and Hogan is the biggest match in history. Next up, the Ultimate Warrior and Hogan.
Easy.
Next up, Macho Man Randy Savage and Hogan. And then we'd probably go to Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock.
Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. And then
yeah, it's not even close to being the greatest match or the biggest match of in history. That Hogan figure that you are showing on the screen right now is what nightmares are made of.
That's so creepy. That's
like
such a creepy
the creepiest Hogan I've ever seen in my life. But Hogan is definitely responsible for the biggest matches in WrestleMania history. However, we are going to see Brock Lesnar for the first time against the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. We've seen Brock versus Roman plenty of times. We have never seen Brock versus the Tribal Chief, and we will see that at WrestleMania. I am so high on Roman right now that even though I'm a huge Brock Lesnar fan, and I own more Brock Lesnar shirts than any other single wrestler out there. I'm a huge Brock Lesnar fan. I've always loved Brock, and I still want Roman Reigns to win this because I love Roman so much more. So I'm going with Roman Reigns, taking both belts. Matt Mullins, where do you stand on this match?
The wrestling equation that I've known since I was a little boy, he who sets up the table goes through it. So yeah. I'm going that people think that Brock's going to win it. I think that Roman is going to take it home, and that makes me happy because
makes me happy too. Adam Harris, where do you stand?
I think Roman is one of the hottest things going. He's proven he doesn't need Paul Heyman, although Paul Heyman adds greatly to the equation now. We saw the promo live Monday night, man. My arm still hurts from holding my hand and my finger up in the air at the Tribal Chief, man. It's got to be Roman.
Stephen Barker.
I am
towards Mania.
Yeah, building toward WrestleMania next year.
Yeah, we're finally going to get what we want, which is a year-long build, I think.
Man, this is what wrestling is all about. I'm high as Willie Nelson on this match. It's the best thing in wrestling. Roman Reigns has been the best thing in wrestling since he became the Tribal Chief. And Brock Lesnar, since he came back as like the happy cowboy Viking, has been the best thing in wrestling. All things considered, AEW as a whole has been better lately. But nothing can touch this story that's being told. I'm kind of like with you on the Edge AJ match. I don't think they can fuck this up. I think this is unfuck-upable. If Brock wins, it's fucking awesome. If Roman Reigns wins, it's fucking awesome. And that is what wrestling is. I am setting through 75% of this bullshit that seems like it's going to suck for this match. This is what wrestling is to me. Brock Lesnar Brock Lesnar is solidifying himself as one of the greatest wrestlers ever of all time. Like, dude, did you think that the crowd was going to fucking like love him as much? As bad as he fucked that promo up, the crowd was very forgiving because they love him, because we know that somehow through this, he's found a love for a sport that he has expressed many times in the past, that he was in it for the paycheck. Has anyone seen where, I can't remember what female wrestler said it, that he watches all the matches and is giving like advice afterwards and feedback? Dude,
Natalia,
was that who it was? Man, they can't fuck this up. They can't fuck this up. It's going to be wonderful. Man, because I like Brock Lesnar better, because I am a UFC mark, and I've seen Brock Lesnar be the most dominant human being on the planet. I want it to be Brock Lesnar, but if it's Roman Reigns, I'm not going to be mad. I'll still smoke my Cuban cigar afterwards. It's going to be fucking sweet. This is going to be like sex. This is why we're wrestling fans. This is going to be great.
All right. Well, Stephen Barker has a love for this match that we didn't understand until now.
Perfect.
Where do you stand?
Brock's been around for a little while now. He normally doesn't spend this much time on my TV, and I really like it. I've been enjoying it. I would prefer Brock to win. If Roman wins, I'm not going to hate it because he's doing the best stuff he's ever done, and I think that's the way they're going to go. I think they're going to put it on Roman, even though it's not what I want. But wrestling's not one size fits all, so that's okay.
That's right. Stephen P. New, this is the main event, and your opinion is needed. Where are we at with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania?
Well, let me give you how WWE could screw this up.
Oh, no.
All right. How WWE
There's always a way.
Are they going to bring Goldberg out and make it a three-way? Or is this where Shane McMahon comes in?
Oh, no. Stop, Brian. Put that out in the world.
That's right. But the way this could go up in WWE style could be Heyman turning on Reigns and trying to help Brock win, and in the process costing Brock the match. Is that not a WWE-esque type ending to this?
Yeah, but the thing is, Paul Heyman could pull that off because he's a genius. If that were the thing, Paul Heyman would be the guy that could thread that needle.
Maybe, but I don't want to see that. I want to see one guy or the other go over the other guy clean. So if it's a clean finish and no screwy anything, I think that it's Reigns, because Brock Lesnar can lose this match and not lose anything, not take any kind of hit.
He's so over. Derek left.
All right, so we have went through the entire card of WrestleMania, and we've come to the conclusion that there are two matches that we are extremely excited about. The rest we are going to sit through because it is our holiday, and it is what we do every year. This is my Christmas, and I don't care how shitty it is. What I want to do before we end here is I'd like to find out how you're celebrating WrestleMania. Mullins, what are you doing for WrestleMania?
Man, you're not even going to believe it.
You're playing a gig, aren't you?
No, I'm actually there's a whole thing, but I tried to take my little boy for Christmas. We drove to Brooklyn to see his favorite NBA team, the Brooklyn Nets and the Nuggets. And we got there, and I take a picture of him in front of the Barclays Center. I get an email notification that 10 of the players had tested positive and they canceled the game. So I let him look at the schedule, and we picked any game to make it up, and he picked Atlanta on WrestleMania Saturday. So I will be at the Atlanta Hawks and Brooklyn Nets game in Atlanta. So I'm not watching WrestleMania. First time in a long time. But
unbelievable. What are you doing?
It's 2 nights, you know.
Well, what are you doing Sunday?
There's 2 nights.
Sunday, I'm probably going to Mountain Stage to watch one of my favorite bands, 49.
Wow, this is how much Matt Mullins gives a fuck about WrestleMania this year. You did this, man. This is your fault. Adam Harris, what are you doing for WrestleMania?
Man, I have to be at a memorial for a friend of mine Saturday. I hope we're back in time for me to catch part of the show on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I got my shoot job. So I'm going to be catching up on Monday. It's going to be a long day of cramming.
What is going on in the house of Kate?
I tried really hard not to book a show, man, but it's just like
son of a bitch.
When Joan Osborne's available.
Stephen Barker, are you going to, you going to go and play wiffle ball or something? What's going on with you?
Because one of the most active chats that I do is you all. and I talk to you all, like my wife is so sick of me texting you all. It's like, oh, are you talking wrestling again? Yes, honey. So I am going to be at my house watching on my new palatial house that I just purchased. I have a 70-inch TV. I had to tell both bands that want to rehearse on Saturday and Sunday. I said that's cool, but we have to be done by a certain time. And because I live in the bubble that is the House of Kayfabe, I forgot how much people like who aren't wrestling fans don't give a fuck and are just ready to bury you. And they're like, oh, well, we'll make sure we're fucking last note's done before the fucking bell. It's like, yeah, we are, motherfucker. We're going to be done so I can go into my house and watch fucking WrestleMania. And you can get off my property if you don't like it.
And those same people will skip lunch or skip out of work to watch a soccer game.
Yeah, fuck you. Soccer's a work. Fucking wrestling's more real than that shit. Like I'm gonna be at the crib, and my poor waifu is gonna be sitting through me complaining for most of it. And then the thing that I most honestly, the thing I most look forward to is complaining in our chat about how shitty most of this WrestleMania is gonna be.
All right, Stephen P. New, what are you doing for WrestleMania?
Just chilling at the crib. Got a couple of friends coming over Saturday and Sunday. And Saturday, I am a big college basketball fan. We'll be flipping over to the Final Four games a little bit and checking that out, but not too much. And then on Sunday, looking forward to having a couple more guys over there and enjoying WrestleMania weekend. Like you said, it's a holiday. I'd love to be at WrestleCon right now. I'd love to be in the Dallas area watching all the great stuff going. And I say this all the time. Everybody needs to go to WrestleMania. Long week, 4 or 5 days at least once just to experience it. So, but I'm going to be enjoying it from home this year.
Brian, can I predict what you're going to do? I figure that you have like a whole, like you're in Florida, you're the Florida man. I figure like you're going to spend most of the day at the beach, working on your tan.
Got me wrong.
I know.
I stay the fuck away from the beach. I am not a beach guy whatsoever, but I will tell you exactly how my weekend's going down because Friday I've got the 95-inch TV. I've got the 65-inch TV. So I've got them both set up so I can watch Friday Night SmackDown, WrestleMania SmackDown, and Supercard of Honor at the same time. And then I will also be watching the Hall of Fame afterwards. Then the next day, I will start at 1 p.m. watching NXT Stand and Deliver, going all the way to WrestleMania Night 1. And then the next day, I'll be watching Sunday WrestleMania. I'm also going to somehow fit Rampage into Friday. I'm going to be watching wrestling constantly. I've got a shit ton of chicken wings coming, a bunch of friends, and we are going to have a WrestleMania weekend party. I'll be hanging out with my good friend Dave Tyree and a few friends from work, and we are going to have an absolute blast being the biggest marks we can possibly fucking be.
The biggest marks
supposed to be.
Go ahead, Matt.
I love you fuckers, but I'm turning the chat off until I watch the replay on Monday.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, man. You got to go on lockdown. And the thing, what you just said, Brian, you're going to be the biggest mark that you possibly can be, despite how bad most of. Is this the worst WrestleMania card?
That's a follow-up episode. You hold that thought, Barker, and I think we can't answer that before, but I darn sure believe we can answer that right after. So
if you had to make a prediction, does this have a chance at being the worst WrestleMania?
Oh, lots of potential.
It has potential.
It has lots of potential to be one of the worst WrestleManias I've ever seen, but I'm still going to have a blast because it is my Christmas. If you are watching on YouTube, hit subscribe. If you are listening on any of the platforms, make sure that you hit subscribe because you want to get all of the action first. Please stop putting Goldberg in your screen, Matt Mullins. You're ruining it for me. Anyway, we have been talking about WrestleMania for well over an hour now, and I would say that we're going to talk well over an hour after it's over. So make sure that you tune in then, just like you tuned in now, and we will be back right here on the House of Kayfabe.
Will Smith can't work.
Okay, guys, it is